You can see how dry they get. The dirt just falls right off of them. Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we are going to be digging up my dahlias. It is Indian summer right now, the hot period right after our killing frost. So I'm going to take advantage of these nice days and get all my dahlias, canna lilies, and elephant ears dug up, dried out, and stored for the winter. Some of these did survive last year. These little red pom-pom ones, they did survive staying in the ground, but I have different plans for this garden next year, so I'm going to be pulling all the dahlias out and starting fresh. So I'm going to get all these pulled out and then show you how I'm going to dry them and store them over winter. Cue the time lapse. We got all the dahlias dug up, got a little help from Puppy, and we're all done. Now, not everything I planted grew this year and survived, so I only have one nonette that came out. I don't even remember the bloom on that one. That might be the orange one, actually. No, I forgot the orange one. It's still in right there. But I also have 2 purple Tejeos, 2 or 3 Alvin Supremes, a few lilac thymes. Kevin's floodlight bloomed really well, but yeah, I didn't get actually much off of them. And then you can see the red ones. Now these ones are a lot bigger because they were left in the ground over winter. You can see we got nice big clumps. I'll take some of these bigger ones in and split them so I can get them to dry all the way through. I don't want to leave any big ones together to where all this dirt can stay in there, hold moisture, and then turn to mold. We got a lot of dahlia tops here too that I can throw in my compost, and we're ready to get these into storage. And then I have a couple more dahlias just speckled all over the property that I'm gonna have to get some individual ones dug up there. But I'm gonna take these back, show you how I'm gonna get them all cleaned up, what they're gonna look like, and then how I'm storing them for the winter. Come on, Pop. I'm going to show you with one of these on how I do it. I'm just going to get in there, get all this dirt out of all the crevices first. Okay, you can see how it's pretty much cleaned up. There's still some dirt on there, but that'll dry right off. It's just all surface dirt. But I want to take some of these and they'll break right off. The roots come out the fat bottom, and then you have a little neck right there. That is the top. So you can wiggle some of these, see if they'll come out, or just break them right off. Like this clump here is just way too big. You're never gonna get all that to dry out in there. So I just reach in there, pull it apart. You wanna open that up, get into the center. I know it looks a little rough, but these will grow, so don't worry about that. Just snap them off like that until you get to a nice smaller size dahlia bulb. Now this will dry out just fine. There's some dirt in there, but there's even a little wormy in there. Get all that moisture out of there, and then you're going to want to set these out for a good week if it's nice weather. Just set them out in a dry place, maybe with some coverage over, like a roof over it, and these will all dry out and you can store them over winter. once I get all the dahlias to a nice clean state here, and then they sit out in one layer and dry for a good week. You don't want them dry out and dry rot completely, but they definitely need to get a lot of the moisture out of them. So once they do dry out, I get one of these bags, call them onion sacks, and you can see how meshed they are. And take these bags, and this is what I use to store all the dahlias in. Now this is a tiny bag for the amount of dahlias I have, but it will serve as demonstration purposes. Plus these aren't ready to actually go into this sack because they still need to dry out some more. But I'm not going to wait another week to show you how I do it. I'm just going to finish this video up now. So they're all going to go into a mesh bag like this, and then I hang them. So they're going to hang like that after they dry, and they can continue to get air from all sides. That's the best way I've found so far to do the dahlias and other bulbs that you have to lift for the winter. So if you have a better way, go ahead and let me know. I know some people will store them in boxes of sand or vermiculite to help keep that steady humidity level, but I don't want to do that. But I'm going to go around, dig up all the canna lilies and the elephant ears now and do the exact same thing to those. They're going to have to get all the dirt off and dry out, and then I'll be putting those into bags as well. Sometimes I've used burlap, but that's a little bit more restrictive. I actually got this year a nice big roll of these mesh bags, onion sacks. You can see these are all my calla lilies that I already have dug out and dried. You can see how dry they get. The dirt just falls right off of them. So all these are ready to go into the sacks. I actually have a couple canna lilies from my driveway pots right there. But all my bulbs that I'm lifting for the winter are going into these red sacks. Come on, Pop. Hey, little girl. Hey, littles. How you doing? Bob, what are you doing? Well, looks like I get some help. My brother just dropped off the bub and little girls. So, yeah, time to watch them. While those are there drying, I'm going to head out front and dig up the canna lilies and the elephant ears. Alright, in here is where I have all my canna lilies and my elephant ears this year. It was going to be a jungle garden, but honestly didn't turn out too great. It was full, but it wasn't really what I was picturing. The frost really destroys the elephant ears. They're just so big and full of moisture that whenever they freeze, every cell in this plant just bursts. So it's completely dead and laid out. But you can see we got some big bulbs in there. Nice big trunks. Canna lilies did really well this year. Sorry for the sun, but it's kind of evening here. In the fall, evening suns cast long shadows, huh, bub? I'm gonna come in here with my hori and just cut everything back to about 4 to 6 inches, get all this mushy leaf growth out of here, and then I'll be able to dig up the root balls easier. It's gonna be the same process as the dahlias. Dig them up, knock the dirt off, let them dry, store them in an onion sack. These are massive canna lilies. Look at this. That root ball is huge. And that's a full root ball too. So you definitely want to try and get as much of this dirt off as you can, because with all this dirt and moisture in here, it's just gonna rot. So this is gonna be a process getting these all done. All the dahlias and the elephant ears are all picked up. You can see the big old elephant ears right there. Big old dahlias here. I gotta get all the dirt cleaned up off of them, set them out to dry. How little. That's all today. Hopefully you enjoyed or learned something from this video, and if you did, go ahead and hit that like button before you leave. If you want to see more videos about gardening, fish, or just nature in general, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family. We'll be doing a lot more projects coming soon, so stick around. You can find me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching.